You walk into a McWenderking's, a chain of family-adjacent restaurants. They are as widespread as they are identical. Even in the smallest of towns with the quietest of townsfolk, you'll be greeted by the faint glow of that blue neon sign with the signature blood-red crescent moon C just off center. With so many convenient locations across the globe, you would assume that McWenderking's was the undisputed top dog in the fast food service industry. And yet, you've never seen a commercial, a billboard, an advertisement of any kind. In fact, you sometimes forget what a McWenderking's restaurant looks like, or how the food tastes, or if you've ever been to one before in your life. You may even struggle to picture McWenderking's in your mind at all. But just when the idea has almost faded, just when the name McWenderking's finally begins to loosen its grip on your tongue's tip, you feel the cool blue of neon on your neck and the sharp burn of the blood-red crescent resting just off your spine. You turn around, and suddenly you are washed with the knowledge of what's for dinner. You walk into a McWenderking's.
So,
Jonathan!
Samuel.
I don't know, I feel like we've been gone so long, we need to have an enthusiastic intro.
And indeed.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Some technical stuff happened.
Yeah.
We're not going to tell you about it.
No.
Let's get into today's episode.
Hey, can we do shout-outs a little bit quick and all that jazz?
Absolutely not. Go for it.
Good gosh. Oh shoot, I should have actually had this prepared.
Aren't you glad we're back, everybody? It's been a while.
Gosh.
Hopefully this will return to a normal upload schedule for the series. I hope so.
Indeed.
We'd like to, as always, thank our good friend, Jalen Portillo, for the intro of You Walk to McWenderking's. His Twitter information is always in the description below, unless you're listening on a podcast thing, in which case it's somewhere else, depending on your viewing platform.
Indeed. And on the topic of Jalen Portillo, he is writing a web novel called The Might of Gaia.
The Might of Gaia?
Yes.
Tell me about The Might of Gaia.
It is a wonderful web novel about a college girl who gets the power to turn into a kaiju.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah. Did you call it?
Does she turn into, a kaiju in particular, or does she turn into just a new kaiju?
A new kaiju.
Ooh.
Yeah. Did you call it? And essentially, it's kind of like an Ultraman thing.
Oh, cool.
So would you call it? It's a device attached to her arm, and she's just forced to turn into kaiju and everything.
So it's like Morphin Time, but what I wanted it to be as a kid.
Yeah. It's a really good story. Would you call it? Have you test read the first chapter? It's actually really good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, if you want to read that,
I want to read that.
What you call it? Friggin' he is posting it up on his Patreon. You can read the chapters for free. It is at Patreon/GoGaia, which is GoGaiya.
If you're watching it on YouTube, it's on the screen or in the description below.
Yeah.
If you're listening somewhere else, like I said, it's wherever it needs to be at.
Indeed. But yeah, he helps us out with a lot of stuff, so I want to help him out with some stuff as well.
Yeah, that sounds super cool. As always, we have our QR code, which is up on the screen or in the description, whichever I get around to doing.
Yeah.
That has the link to all of our information, including our merch shop and whatever else is on that site. I haven't actually looked at it.
Indeed. Did you call it? We can actually edit it now, so it could be
Wait,
whatever.
You mean we were just sending people to a site we couldn't edit? What was on it?
It was all the stuff that we initially set, and then would you call it friggin' I couldn't change it.
Security questions are important.
Would you call it friggin' that's another off podcast discussion that I need to tell you because that's a fun story.
Okay. For now though, we've kept people in suspense long enough. Are you ready to get in today's episode?
Indeed, I am.
All right. As always, for those new to the podcast, why now? Why here?
Yeah, it's
This time and place that you've chosen to meet us for the first time is peculiar but appreciated. Hello, nice to meet you. The rules of the restaurant are Jonathan has to walk in, get his food, pay for his food, eat it, and leave.
indeed, and not die.
It's always an option.
I'd rather not die.
We'll see. So, without further ado, Jonathan, are you ready for today's prompt?
Indeed, I am.
All right. You walk into a McWenderking's, at least the shell of one. The tables and chairs are flung around the restaurant randomly and with indifference, with several smashed and their remains scattered. There are several holes of varying sizes smashed into the walls at sporadic intervals, and a fluorescent lighting fixture hangs by a single wire dangerously close to the floor, which in itself is missing several tiles among its cracked and broken surface. You cannot decide if this damage was due to an act of God or an abandonment from them, but you do notice that among the chaos, the carnage has worked its way from the center of the dining area and moved outward like a hurricane. In the eye of the destruction lies a heap of shadow your eyes cannot recognize from a distance. The only signs of any care at all remaining in the establishment is the lights still running in the kitchen. So, your restaurant's trashed. G6 contains a shadowy mass and the lights are on in the kitchen. What would you like to do?
I'm going to go up to the counter and yell for assistance.
You go up to the counter. What would you like to yell?
Hello? I would like to make an order.
You hear nothing.
I'm going to I don't know, we'll look around the lobby a little bit more.
Alright, you look around the lobby, smashed tables, chairs, tiles, and anything that you can perceive around you seems to have something wrong with it. The McWenderking's freestyle machine's screen is cracked, the condiment station, the containers that would once hold ketchup and mustard are flung sporadically across the store. You can only find 2 of 3, which is interesting, but not anything that you think is particularly important. Everything is in total disarray.
Okay. So I'm going to look at the shadowy mass.
Alright, you walk into the center of the restaurant, and in front of you, what was once a shadowy pile is revealed to be what can only be described as a heap of purple fabric and bones. They're not in any particular fashion or arrangement, and they seem to be clean of anything that once clung to them. But the bones are draped and entangled in purple ribbons of shredded fabric.
Is it enough to make a cape?
A cape of bones or a cape of fabric?
Cape of fabric.
No.
Turn. Okay. So, what you call it? Let's search the kitchen.
Okay, you go to the counter, I assume?
Yes.
Alright, you go up to the counter. You notice, other than a few divoted spots, the counter's relatively intact. A little bit of dust here and there. You notice on the counter a sign that hasn't been disturbed. It says, "Please ring for service," and below it sits a silver diner bell. Among the kitchen, you see things relatively in order. You've got no life in the kitchen. Nothing's cooking or running, but the lights are on, and everything that's bolted down seems to still be in that state.
Okay. I shall ring the bell.
Okay. You ring the bell, and as the chime echoes in your ears, it lingers and is replaced with the sounds of ticking clocks as the room begins to spin, and you find yourself standing in the same place, but in a different McWenderking's entirely. Everything's put together, structured well, and standing in front of you is a young man with a freckled face and a head full of red hair, with the signature purple apron and visor of a McWenderking's uniform, and a name tag that says Henry.
Huh. Hey there.
Well, howdy there. Welcome to McWenderking's. My name's Henry. What can I get for you?
Can I get a burger?
Alrighty, well, you're one of our first customers coming to this here fancy new dining establishment. What can I put on that burger for you?
What you call it? Lettuce. No tomato, pickles.
Oh, you want one of them there deluxe burgers? Man, money bags. They said that this McWenderking's breathed life into the town, but I didn't think it'd be bringing in money within the first couple days.
Sure. Yeah, I'll take one of those.
Well, alright, Mr. Moneybags. You got enough to add a drink to it?
Yes. What'd you call it? I would like a root beer.
Holy cow, you get one of them there soft drinks? We can make that happen. Now, can I recommend to you, we've got this great new thing called a slushy machine. Now, what it does is it takes ice and puts it in your drink, but it crushes them and mixes them together. And I swear you're not going to taste anything better this side of the Mississippi.
Alright, can I get a root beer one of those?
Absolutely, Moneyback. You can get a root beer one of those. So I got a root beer slush, and not going to regret that, let me tell you. It's one of my favorites. And I got a deluxe burger, no tomato.
Okay, then I will do that.
Alright. Oh, I've never seen a total this high. Your total's going to be 12 cents.
Okay. I'm going to reach into my pocket and hope there's 12 cents.
You reach into your pocket and find 2 dimes that are historically accurate to whatever date this is pretending to be.
Fair enough. Alright, there you go.
Well, shoot! 2 dimes! Look at you! Alright, Mr. Moneybags. Well, let me see if I got change for this here. Alright, I got 1, 2, 3 pennies and a nickel for you.
Okay.
Now, this food, I know we call it that their fast food. It's going to take about 10 minutes. I know, it's quick. But make yourself comfortable, but not too comfortable, because it'll be right out for you.
Alright. I shall do so.
Alright. Well, Mr. Moneybags, I'll be in the back. Please feel free to call me again if you need anything. Once again, my name's Henry, and it is a pleasure to serve you at McWenderking's. And Henry walks off to the back.
Okay. I guess I'll sit down.
Alright, where would you like to sit?
What you call it? I'll sit at J6.
Alright, J6, the usual table. You walk past what is usually the McWenderking's freestyle machine, but you notice is a McWenderking's soda fountain holding 6 different flavors and limited options. But it looks like a classic. You sit down at what looks like new tables and new chairs of years ago, but somehow still fresh, and take a seat at your usual table.
Okay.
You look around at the walls and see McWenderking's logos, bright and vibrant, as if the paint had just dried.
Yeah. Alright then.
Everything seems bright and shiny for everything to seem so old.
Guess I'll just wait here for my order then.
Alright. So, you just want to sit here and wait for that 10 minutes to pass?
Yeah.
Okay. You sit there for about 10 minutes, and you hear the sound of a counter flap lifting up, and out walks Henry. Well, here you go, Mr. Moneybags. I got here a deluxe burger, no tomato, and one of these root beer slushes. You're not gonna regret it again, let me tell you. It is delicious.
Okay. Yeah. I won't just take your word for it. I will try it myself.
All right. And he steps off slightly away from the table, almost as if he were waiting excitedly to see what you think of his cooking.
Okay, I will drink the slush.
As you go to lift the straw to your lips, you hear the familiar sound of clocks again in your ear, and you are brought back to the present time. You are standing on a heap of rubble, and in your hand is a very thin, dry, what looks to have once been filled but very long since emptied cup in front of you.
Does root beer flavored sand taste good?
You tell me.
I don't want to test that.
Well, you're in luck because the cup crumbles in your hand as you go to take a sip.
Well,
A pile of mush and dust on the floor of... Well, frankly, I don't think anybody will notice.
fair. Okay. I guess back to the bell again.
All right, you give a ring to the bell, and you find yourself standing next to the J6 table once again. Oh, well, howdy, didn't see you come in. Welcome to McWenderking's. My name's Henry. Why don't you get on up to the counter and place that order of yours?
Alright, hey Henry.
Oh, howdy there.
I would like a deluxe burger, no tomato.
Well, Richie Rich over here. All right, Mr. Moneybags. Can I get you anything else with that?
Did you call it a slushy?
You heard about them there slushies?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, it is a modern marvel of science, these here slushies. We take a bunch of that there ice that you put in your cup normal like, but we blend it together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is delicious. It is my favorite thing. One of the perks of the job, other than getting to serve all the fine people of this town, I get to have one every other day.
Ah, wonderful. Can you make me a root beer one?
All right. Now, that's total's going to come up to 12 cents. Is that all right?
Yes. As long as I continue to have magic pockets. I'm not going to say that out loud, but that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. I was about to say you almost opened a whole can of worms of telling this man magic exists.
Okay.
All right, so you reach into your pocket. You have the same 2 dimes of historical accurate dates that, again, we're pretending that it's been pinpointed in this podcast. Oh, Mike slide.
Oh no.
No, Mike. So you just pulled out the dimes.
Alright. I'm going to hand him the money.
You hand him the money. I don't know what you're doing there. All right. Whoa, looky there. 2 whole shiny new dimes. All right. Well, I got 1, 2, 3 pennies and a nickel as your change. Now, this here fast food is pretty quick. It's going to take about 10 minutes for me to cook this here order up. But if you make yourself comfortable at one of the tables, we'll get you taken care of.
Okay. Let's see. What you call it? I'm gonna. You know what? Yeah, I'll yell for Henry again.
Henry comes back from the back of the kitchen to the counter again. Oh, howdy there. What can I do for you, Mr. Moneybags?
It's Jonathan, and is there anything weird happening around these parts?
Well, I did find a burger in the shape of the face of our president. That was kind of weird. I felt bad trying to heat it up, so I didn't bother. I kind of put it back there in the freezer and let it kind of sit as kind of a monument to our country. But other than that, I can't think of anything too interesting around here. And we did just open up the other week, and folks been coming in getting little things here and there. No one's gotten an order quite as fancy as yours, Mr. Moneybags, but I can't think of anything too weird.
How long has this restaurant been open?
Well, let's see. I've been working About 3 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And the restaurant was being built. Well, gosh, it just kind of seemed to pop up. Now I think about it, I don't remember it being built. But it opened up about 4 weeks ago, and I jumped on about 3 weeks. So, been here about a month total.
Okay. Alright, I was just curious. I'm not from around here.
Traveler, moneybags. Going around making your fortune. Let me redo this line because this chair is super squeaky. Oh, a traveler. Mr. Moneybags over here making his fortune on the road. What's your business, traveler?
Just kind of pass town through town, just exploring.
Now, you're not one of them there bank robbers, are you?
No.
I mean, I'll take your dimes, Mr. Moneybags, but I can't in good conscience take them if they're stolen.
Nope. I'm not gonna say to my knowledge. Again, I don't know where this money's coming from.
I'm hoping you're saying that to me and not to him.
Yeah, again.
Okay.
But, what you
I mean, you can shatter this poor local man's worldview. You do whatever you want.
I do not want to be known as a bank robber here.
Fair enough. Would you rather be known as a magician?
Let's not. Okay. So, yeah. But yeah. No, my money's clean. Cleans these pants.
I mean, they are right fine pants, I suppose.
I think you. I think they're neat. But, yeah, what did you call it? Just curious about the town and everything.
As curious as you are about your own pants.
Yeah, they're really neat pants. Did you call it, like,
I won't argue with you on that, stranger. They look mighty fine, but...
Have you never bought a new pair of pants and just been curious?
Well, no, I reckon I hadn't. Typically, I figure out what I'm purchasing before I make my purchase, but I suppose when you got wealth like yours, you can afford to be a little bit frivolous when it comes to your garment purchasing.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Be more curious about your clothing.
Mr. Moneybags, you're a weird individual.
Again,
I don't use the phrase often, and I apologize for my coarseness, but this is by far the strangest thing that has happened to me since you asked that question.
Huh? Well, did you call it enough garment talk? I guess I'll just hang out until you're done.
All right, well, this is putting me back a little bit, but I can get right back to it.
Oh, you're fine.
All right, Henry exits back into the kitchen after that weird conversation about your pants. And you are left to your dining area.
Okay. I'm gonna look over into the dining area.
Okay, so you're looking around the dining area. Everything seems to be new and clean, and as if the restaurant had just been opened and still has that loving pride that comes with new ownership. You notice one thing kind of standing out. At the FE 1 and 2 table, there seems to be something on top of it. Looks like perhaps a large towel or some sort of cloth bundled up. Maybe where cleaning had been paused momentarily.
I shall walk over.
Alright, you walk over to the table and find that it is not, in fact, a heap of cloth, but rather a heap of cat.
Ah, kitty cat.
Yeah, a tabby cat just resting in the sun, soaking in the rays through the window there. Just relaxing, stretched out, happy.
I'm gonna pet the kitty cat.
Alright. It gives you a tired little... It's hesitant at first, but then when it notices your intention is to pet it and not to harm it, it rubs up against your hand.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe this will just be my table.
You just want to chill with the cat for 10 minutes?
Just chill with the cat.
All right, so you chill out with the cat for a little bit, and after some time passes, Henry comes up and says, "Well, looky there. I see you found Theo's table."
Ah. Theo the cat.
That's right, Theo the cat. He came in one night. I was closing up on one of the first nights I was working. They hadn't quite put me on the day shift just yet, and it was raining cats and dogs, pardon the expression, Theo, out there, and I saw something scratching at the door, and I thought, well, surely no one from the town's coming to make a purchase at this time of day. So I opened the door, and in flew this shadowy figure. Well, it turned out to be poor little Theo, scared and cold, so I thought, well, shoot, let's let him stay in here until the rain passes. And it turns out Theo took a liking to this place, and the rain passed, but he decided to stick around.
Oh.
So he's been my work buddy ever since. We don't get a lot of customers, because this town ain't particularly wealthy, but Theo keeps the days going.
Alrighty. Jill, he's a nice kitty cat.
I like to consider him a friend. I'd like to think he considers me the same. Anyway, enough talk of cats. Here's your food, sir.
Ah, thank you.
Henry takes the purple tray and places it in front of you. Theo's kind of slid over just a little bit onto the other end of the table. Just enough room for your burger and your root beer float.
Okay.
Henry takes a step away from the table, but still waits excitedly as if he's waiting to see what it is that you are going to say if it's cooking.
Jill. Okay. Let's give this slushy a try.
Oh, I knew you couldn't resist that slushy. It is a modern marvel, I tell you. A modern... And as he's talking, you hear the sound of clocks entering your ears again, and you are back at the table in the present day. You notice at this table large claw marks, 3 of them, or what could be perhaps large machete blades even, have cut through the table, leaving scars on its surface.
Okay. Should you call it? So, those are weird. Maybe those are the thing that killed that guy. So, let's look at that.
You want to look at the table more and maybe figure out the murder weapon, or you want to look at the...
I want to look at the thing.
That doesn't
bones.
help me. Okay, okay, so you go over to the mangled body.
Indeed, the fox drama.
The fox drama. Okay, so you are looking at this body, and thankfully it is not the body of Emily Deschanel or David Borealis.
Thank you.
His last name's hard.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Anyway, it's not the stars of television series Bones.
Yeah.
But rather, you realize that the purple ribbons are absolutely undistinguishable from a McWenderking's uniform. And as you look closer at the body, there's not a lot to sort through, honestly. Just everything's kind of tangled up in itself. You find the McWenderking's name tag logo on the left side, and in the center is a name written with confidence that reads Henry.
Yeah. Oh. This is not for bode well. What did you call it?
Everything seems fine for you. You're not in here.
Did you call it? What's post bode? There's the
I'm gonna let you figure this one out.
after bode. Did you call it? Things are looking bad for Henry.
Again, just be glad that there's not 2 bodies in this.
Truly. Okay.
Alright, so you've identified the mangled heap as Henry. Looks like some sort of large blade was used against him.
Yeah.
As far as you can tell, something very heavy or very sharp is used to hurt poor Henry.
Oh no. What should I call it? Okay! Back time again!
Alright, you go back in time. You are standing in the middle of the restaurant and turning towards you is Henry, who says, "Oh, well, there you are, friend. You must have stepped over to the restroom or something."
Yes.
Well, don't worry, Mr. Jonathan. I hadn't forgotten your order. You're my only customer of the day so far. We got another couple minutes, so if you just want to make yourself comfortable, we will get you taken care of.
Hey. Did you call it that cat over there?
Oh, you mean little Theo?
Yes.
Yeah, he's my working buddy.
Did you call it... Have you had that cat checked?
Well, checked? What do you mean? Does he look sick? You some sort of traveling vet?
Oh, did you call it... No, but I would like to have him taken to a vet. Did you call it... Is there... Did you call it one around?
I was about to make up a doctor character, and I looked up at your Back to the Future 3 poster, and I almost called him Doc Brown. Whoops.
We can't have two-time things in this.
No. Oh, that would have been perfect, though. All right, well... Dr. Holt lives on up the road, and he usually takes a look at the critters for most folks, but, I mean, Theo looks fine to me. I know he roamed around in the street for a little bit, but he doesn't seem to be any worse for wear, and I frankly can't afford to be paying just to stop in and say hi.
Yeah.
You know how them doctor folks be, they charge by the word.
G-Hunt, I take him for you.
Oh, well, that's real nice, Mr. Jonathan, but I don't know you from Adam, so I don't think I can be trusting you with my cat.
G-Hunt, you want to come with?
Well, again, a tempting offer, but I'm here for several more hours covering my shift till that there night manager comes in.
Huh. Wait, there's a night manager?
Oh, yeah. I don't particularly know him too well. He kind of moved in with the town, kind of set up the building a little bit, get things running. He doesn't really talk much or say much or do much. He kind of just moves things around, and now that I think about it, I don't see his legs move to it. I might have been a bit brash when you asked me earlier if anything strange is going on. Now that I think about it, that night manager's a bit off, but it's not my place to speak ill of people, especially hard-working folks, so...
Okay. Fair enough. I don't know. Did you call it... There's just something that bothers me about that cat's health, and I really want to check it out. Can I buy the cat off of you?
Well, I don't like to think of Theo as my property per se. He's more a friend and colleague. When it comes to working through the day shift, I don't think he'd be right mind to sell. Plus, I'd miss him something terrible.
Oh, did you call it? It's purely for the purpose of getting him checked out.
Well, again, I don't know you from Adam, so as many of these fancy here dimes you're flashing around doesn't mean I'm just going to give you my friend. Theo doesn't seem convinced, Jonathan.
Did you call it?
Frankly, sir, your keenness on my cat is a bit disturbing to me. I had just met you, and though your intentions may be noble, I don't know that for certain.
Did you call it? Are there like furries in this time, like or something? I don't. What is? Are there people who are weird about cats?
I mean, you seem pretty weird about a cat to me right now. I don't know what that other term you used just then was, but at the same time, I just reckon that even the noblest of intentions can lead to the most nefarious of actions. So I think the best thing for my buddy Theo is for him to stay right here on his table.
Okay. So. What if I told you that... What do you call it? I have a premonition that you are going to die in the future, and something has to do in this restaurant.
Oh, so you're one of them there traveling, fortune-telling folk.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you here, Mr. Jonathan, while I don't believe in your con man ways, I will still take your money, because it is an honest day's work, even if it is a dishonest work. That being said, I don't buy into that hogwash, so I think I'll be keeping Theo here if it's all the same. I understand that you can get lonely on the road and having a companion might be nice, but I believe Theo's made his home here.
Alright. You know what? Let's see how far I can get with this. What you call it? I'm gonna rocket fist his face. Maybe I can just knock him out.
You're gonna punch Henry in the face with your rocket fist.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock him out, take the cat, get it checked out.
Alright, you give a confident thumbs up, and I'm gonna need you to roll a 10 or higher for a sucker punch.
Alright.
We've got an actual dice in the studio today. You can just roll in the box. Yeah, there you go.
12.
A 12. With a 12, you give a confident thumbs up, which then blasts from your wrist, sending your fist forward and punching Henry in the face. Henry stumbles backward, holding his cheek.
Darn! I thought that would knock you out!
And says, "Now what'd you do that for? You... My word, you shot your hand at me. What kind of witchcraft?"
What you call it?
And Henry immediately bolts for the counter. Theo looks up at you and gives a meow of... You can't tell if concern or mockery, but... He then lowers his head back down. Your hand rests on the floor, and you hear Henry scrambling in the kitchen for something.
Oh, gosh. I really wish that had knocked him out. I guess I'd run for my fist.
Alright, you pick up your fist. Have you ever put this thing back on?
No.
Ooh. Bummer. 15 or higher.
Oh, gosh. Why do you do this to me?
You've never put your hand back on.
Well, what did you call it? I kind of did. And did you call it friggin' when I shot it off the first time?
Yeah, but you had a professional there that was the one that put it on. This is out of the car lot.
It's 2.
You can't figure out how to put your hand back on. You keep smacking it against the joint like it would just readhere like it did with the doctor back on the starship McWenderking's, but that does not seem to be the case here. As you're sitting there fiddling with your hand, you see Henry leaping the counter, brandishing a wooden baseball bat.
This is not fun. What you call it?
Now you gonna get on out of here. I don't care how much money you have. I'm not serving none of them there witch folk.
Witch folk? What you call it? Do you have, like, a speech impediment, or did you call it?
Henry's gonna take a swing at you.
Okay.
10 or higher to duck.
Alright. That's a 6.
And you take a bat to the face.
That hurts.
You go flying to the left as Henry's bat guides you across the restaurant. And you fall against a table, knocking it sideways. Theo jumps in a panic and scurries off into the kitchen. And Henry comes towards you, brandishing the bat once again.
Okay. Can we please just time out and let me put on my fist? I also would like to try to reattempt putting on my fist again.
Okay. Let's see. You've been hit with a bat. You didn't do it right the first time. I'm gonna say 15 again.
13. Dang it.
Bummer. As you're sitting there trying to put your fist back on, yielding the same result, which is none. Theo's gonna take another swing at you. I'm gonna make it 11 or higher this time.
Okay. 19.
19, you were able to duck and get to your feet.
Okay.
Fist still in hand. Hand still in hand. And Henry. And Henry turns to swing at you once again in the opposite direction.
Why?
You shot your fist at him.
I was just trying to knock you out.
You sucker punched him so you could steal his cat. And you're a witch.
I was going to bring it back.
You're asking why he's trying to get you out of the restaurant.
Did you call it? I'm not even actively fighting
15
anyone.
or higher.
Okay.
You shot your fist at him.
I was just trying to knock him out.
When we gave you that rocket fist, it wasn't so you could punch the locals.
14.
14. Jonathan.
Yeah?
I don't remember what number I asked you to roll.
You asked me to roll 15.
Okay. Jonathan. On a 15, you would have dodged. 14. You're getting hit with the bat again.
Okay.
This time in the shoulder.
Ah, that hurts.
You stumble to kind of collect yourself and feel an immense pain in your left arm.
Can we stop with the bat now?
And I told you I'm not serving any here magic craft users. You need to get out of here.
Can we just, like, have a second to recollect so I can calmly walk out? Or something?
10 or higher.
19.
Wow, 219. Okay. Henry puts down the bell. Well, that sounds reasonable.
Ah, wonderful. I just didn't want to get hit again.
That's fair. Get out.
Okay. Start walking towards...
Door's that way. Go on.
Alright. I'll start walking towards the door and then bolt for the kitchen. I'm taking the cat!
You bolt for the kitchen, and Henry charges at you with the bat. 10 or higher.
This
got violent.
Oh no! I got 6 again.
He hits you upside the head,
Oh jeez.
and you fly into the floor.
Oh gosh.
Your speed and the speed of the bat combine to result in 2 hits, one from the bat and one from your body against the ground, and you're starting to lose consciousness.
I just wanted to take the cat to the vet.
The bat comes down again, and rather than having things go black, you hear the sound of a clock ticking. And you were sent back. You were lying on the floor that is covered in dust, grime, and soot. And find yourself lying just before the counter, around F10. You have sustained the injury as though you have traveled what you realize now is a significant distance into the future.
Okay. It's a bad idea.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so I just current state of things.
You've been hit in the head, hit in the arm.
No, I
Things are
mean-
still broken.
Yeah.
And nothing has changed. Except you do notice that the remains of Henry do have a bat with them now. I guess he never got over the idea of the witch that shot off his fist and then disappeared.
Yeah,
So he lived a life of never letting his guard down.
that's unfortunate.
Though you do notice it's only the lower half of the bat.
Yeah.
Splintered off. The upper half must be somewhere amongst the wreckage.
Okay. Let's search for the top half of that bat.
Okay. Let's just do an overall search. Let's do, I don't know, 15 or higher.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff destroyed in this building.
10.
You don't find it.
Darn.
You shift around all the wreckage, the rubble, tabletops, and cracked tiles, and there doesn't seem to be any wooden bat, but at the same time, you don't feel like it would do you any good to find it anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
The pain subsided a little bit since you've taken this time to search.
Okay. Just, yeah. I feel like I need something to go back with.
You want a weapon to fight Henry?
No, not that. Did you call it more like information? Guess I'll go back and talk with Henry more? Hopefully?
Okay. You know what to do.
Okay.
You ring the bell once again, the sound of ticking clocks surrounding you, and you appear back at the counter of the McWenderking's. Oh, well, howdy there. Welcome to McWenderking's. My name's Henry. What can I... Oh. I'm sorry, sir. I don't mean to make note of your injury, but you would need a medical assistance with your hand there, or is that just one of them there prosthetics?
Oh, shoot. I totally didn't put my hand back on.
Nope.
As you call it. Yeah, it's one of those prosthetics.
Oh, all right. Well, I do apologize again for bringing up your deformation, sir. I hope that doesn't put a damper on your dining experience. I just wanted to make sure that your health was intact and you weren't coming to me for help.
Oh, you're fine. Did you call it?
Anyway, welcome to McWenderking's. I know we're new around here, so if you need any questions about any of our menu items up on top there, I'll be more than happy to help you out.
Okay. So, yeah, just give me a moment. What you call it?
Take your time, friend. Take your time. I don't have any other customers to tend to.
Yeah, I gotta reattach his prosthetic stick hand. I lost it in a fishing incident.
Oh, fishing? I love fishing.
Huh?
I used to go fly fishing with my granddaddy every weekend. He always used to challenge me. He used to say, go ahead and see if you can catch a fish bigger than mine. Though he said it a little bit older. I'm not much for a vocal impressionist. But I tried for years to try to catch a fish bigger than my paw. And then eventually one day, he started slowing down, and we didn't fish quite as much. And one day we went out, and this was when Grandpa's health started to decline. And well, I'm boring you with the details. I'm sorry there, friend. I don't mean to get into a sad story to top yours. I'm not in the business of topping stories. I'm in the business of selling food.
No, you're totally fine. I'm sorry to hear about your grandfather.
Well, he lived a long, full life, and I still got a little memento. I did end up topping him that last time we went out, and he gave me this here Lucky's rabbit's foot.
Ah.
I keep it as my little lucky charm in memory of those days with my grandpa.
Gotcha.
But anyway, enough about me. I'll give you time to work with that there medical apparatus, and then we can talk about your food order.
Okay. Since you're not in combat, can I just put my hand back on?
I mean, you can try 5 or higher.
I feel like
I can't give it to you. That's not fun. If you have to spend the rest of this episode with your hand off, you know it's a learning experience.
I think it's just goofy, just like the feel of my hand. And just like, Henry's not even going to be aggressive about it. He's just going to be like, oh,
Nope,
okay.
He's waiting patiently.
Jeez. Okay. 11.
11, alright.
Got my hand back on.
Can I make a recommendation?
Yeah?
Do you remember how this thing reattached?
Is it in that?
I would turn around.
Did you call it? Okay. Did you call it? I'm gonna turn around and squat. If it fires off, it's gonna at least.
All right, you turn around, and Henry says, "Well, of course, I'll give you a moment." And turns his back as well, and the hand produces a silver gel which consumes your wrist and reapplies itself, reforming a silver hand and forearm, which then slowly adapts to your skin tone. You now have your arm back.
Ah, okay, cool. I thought you were like legit going to say like, oh yeah, you fire it again.
Only with thumbs up, Jonathan. Only with thumbs up.
Yeah, that's what I thought she meant. Would you call it like a D attached to my thumbs up? So.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Just didn't. Henry's already come at you for being a witch. I didn't want him to think you're an alien too.
They are less hostile to aliens.
We don't know. You want to find out?
Not really.
All right, so you got your Henry attached. Henry's still facing backwards out of respect, waiting for your go ahead.
It's like tying a shoe. Did you call it? Yeah, going to make an order.
Oh, all right. And he turns back around. What can I get for you, friend?
I will take a regular burger.
A regular burger. That's gonna be a burger with that there ketchup.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Anything else?
Do you serve slushies here?
Oh, well, shoot. You heard about our new slushy machine?
Indeed.
Well, it's a modern marvel of science, let me tell you. It takes that there ice that normally goes in the drink and blends them together. Oh, they're so good. I get one every other day as a perk for working here. Oh, it's the highlight of my week. I recommend the root beer one myself.
Oh, wonderful. I'd love a root beer slushie.
All right, now I'll tell you the price ahead of time. We are a little bit more pricey than you'd get going to that general store and making a meal at home. So if you're gonna get a regular burger and you're gonna get a root beer slushie, it's gonna cost you 9 cents.
Yeah, that is a very extravagant slushie and burger, but
It's worth it, let me tell you.
indeed,
I don't get to eat it often, but when I do, it's the best part of my week.
I will go ahead and pay that.
All right, you reach into your pocket. This time, noticing only 1 dime has appeared.
Okay.
You give him the dime, and Henry says, all right, well, 1 penny is your change.
Wonderful.
Now, I hadn't seen you around here. You from around here, stranger?
Oh no. What'd you call it? Just rolled into town.
Oh, you traveling for work or for pleasure?
A little bit of both.
Oh, well, that's the way to live your life. Happy to hear it, friend. I'll be going ahead and getting ready with your order now. Make yourself comfortable. Now, this is that fast food that you hear a lot about, but I'm sure as a traveling man, you've experienced it before. It's going to be 10 minutes, so don't get too comfortable now.
Okay.
And Henry goes off into the kitchen.
I'll walk over to Theo, I guess.
Theo is still at his table, just chilling out in the sun. He looks up at you, gives a meow, and lifts up his chin expectantly, waiting for a pet.
Yeah. Okay. Pet Theo.
All right, you pet Theo.
Just
Chilling with the cat again.
you call it? You're not behind anything here, are you?
Me, I'm behind everything.
No, not you. I'm talking to Theo.
Theo looks up at you and gives a meow, and then closes his eyes again.
Likely story.